The woman simply rolled her eyes at the hospital professor, and the professor immediately called off the surgery. He then ordered his staff to forcibly drag her out of the operating room. Unexpectedly, an enraged Lisa yanked out her foreline, rushed over, and clamped her hands tightly around Jack's neck. Fortunately, her colleagues intervened in time, and Jack narrowly escaped with his life. Jack then slapped his protégé hard across the face and revoked her medical license on the spot. However, in order to continue performing surgeries, Lisa had no choice but to work as a black market doctor. Even though the operating room was a makeshift space set up in a plastic tent, Lisa remained completely unfazed thanks to her near-perfect familiarity with brain anatomy. She completed the surgery in no time. It wasn't until the crime boss fully regained consciousness that the transaction was finally considered a success. Meanwhile, the nurse who had been kidnapped also received hush money from the gang, but she felt unsatisfied. As a nurse at a legitimate hospital, she recognized the woman performing the surgery at a glance. It was none other than Lisa, the one whose license had been revoked after causing a huge scandal all those years ago. How could an unlicensed practitioner be raking in a fortune, while she herself was only worthy of these crumbs? Shortly afterward, the nurse secretly injected a sedative into the gang boss's forebag. When Lisa came to check on the gang boss's condition, the nurse demanded that Lisa pay her 3 million won every month, threatening to report Lisa to the police for practicing medicine without a license otherwise. At first, Lisa thought she could use an assistant and agreed. However, for Lisa, the most thorough way to silence someone was to make them shut up forever. The next day, the crime boss's condition stabilized. The gang members began a thorough cleanup of the temple, ensuring no potential threats remained. As everyone left one by one, Lisa began her own cleanup operation. That evening, she first found an excuse to send her assistant, Carl, away, then deliberately placed a bottle of drugged mineral water in her bag and coaxed the thirsty nurse into drinking it. When the nurse woke up again, the backpack containing 5 million in cash had vanished without a trace. Panicked, she searched everywhere. Eventually, she found the backpack in the operating tent lined with plastic sheeting. Seeing the cash inside, she excitedly began counting the bills one by one, just as she was lost in the joy of counting the money. By the time her assistant Carl realized something was wrong and rushed back, it was all over. Lisa had already stuffed the 5 million in cash into the temple's donation box. The next day, Lisa put on her white coat and gently tended to her elderly neighbor's wounds, as if nothing had happened the night before. When the old lady asked her what she'd been up to these past few days, Lisa didn't hesitate to say she'd been blackmailed for 5 million, and that in the end, she couldn't control herself and strangled the person to death. That day, Carl urged Lisa to stop killing people. They were already practicing medicine illegally. If they got caught, they'd be in big trouble. But Lisa had her own principles. For every person she saved, one had to die. However, the police soon seized a video of an illegal brain surgery. Due to the extreme difficulty of the procedure, the police concluded that only Jack, a leading authority in the medical field, could have performed it. So they asked him to analyze who might have done it, especially given that it was performed in such makeshift conditions. Jack didn't comment. He simply asked the police to send him the video. Jack knew exactly who had performed the surgery, but what he wanted to know more than anything was whether the operation had been successful. So he tracked down Lisa and pulled out the video the police had sent. Lisa immediately admitted that she was the one who performed it and that the surgery was flawless. Jack then revealed the purpose of his visit. He had been diagnosed with a brainstem glioma, and its location was extremely challenging. Currently, the only people in the world capable of performing this surgery with 0 errors, aside from himself, were Lisa and no one else. Upon hearing this, Lisa was taken aback at first, then burst out laughing. Her laughter was filled with a thrill of revenge and